I have to click this thing 19 times. I got it to work. That's my husband. That's Michael. I got it to work. Thanks. Hi, I'm back. I was on like a little vlog hiatus, as some of you might have noticed. Um, I'm back. Um, it's officially been a week since Whole30 has ended, and so I just wanted to touch base about how I'm feeling and what I'm doing and what my plans are. I finally had a mimosa today. I really miss those. I had one. It was delicious. And I also ate a pancake today. So, I had a beer last week right after Whole30, and I had some chocolate. I had like a paleo treat. And so I didn't go like balls to the wall and like have a fucking meltdown and eat all of the things. I had some things that I missed. I, treated myself, and I did actually. I'm going to go ahead and take that back. I had like one too many alcoholic beverages on Saturday. I sometimes forget that I do not even remotely drink as much as I used to. And so I definitely paid the price for it on Sunday morning. Sunday the entire day, let's be honest. Gross. Like, God help me, I do not miss being hungover, not even a little bit. And then you bring a tiny sweet angel 5-month-old baby girl into the mix. And I essentially wanted to die. So I asked her sweetly if she would take a nap with me. And she obliged. Thank God. Because it was just like it was just not worth it. It really wasn't. I mean, it was a blast. Don't get me wrong. I had like a work holiday party. I realize that it's far away from the holidays, but the industry that I'm in, it's very busy around the holidays, and so we do this kind of stuff later. And it was like a total blast. But God help me, it was just like so gross. And then Sunday was the Super Bowl, and everything kind of fell to the wayside. And so by the time I got home and like the snacks and whatnot, just gross. I'm going to be really honest. I mean, I just like felt like it was like carby and cheese and whatever. And just like in excess, And so as I go through this thing, right, so I realized that I essentially a little bit lied at the beginning of this vlog when I said that I didn't just go balls to the wall. And I guess like hearing myself kind of vocalize what I did, I guess it could have been worse, but I definitely could have been like a lot better. Like I didn't say like Whole30 is over, fuck it, like I'm just gonna eat everything inside, I'm gonna do all this stuff. But I found myself on Super Bowl like eating when I was not hungry, right? Which at the beginning, if you guys were around in the beginning and watched some of my vlogs since the beginning, I kind of talked about that. For probably like the past 5 or 6 years, it hasn't really necessarily always been what I put in my body as much as it is how much I put in my body, and just and why I put it in my body, right? So as I go through this thing, I really try to tune in to mindful eating, and if I'm craving something, why, like now that I've been doing this for a while again, I notice like if I really start craving sweet stuff, the first thing that I start to think about is, like when's the last time that you had some water? And I'm a really good water drinker. But that's usually my go-to, kind of mid-afternoon, like, oh, a piece of chocolate sounds pretty delicious. If I drink like a big old glass of water, I mean, it usually kind of does the trick, right? So, I've really just been trying to pay attention to when I'm hungry. And guys, to be honest, when I'm like really taking care of my body and really tuning into what's going in it, and you know, my hunger is satiated with, like lots of protein and lots of vegetables and that sort of thing. And so, hunger versus like mind hunger, if that makes sense, versus cravings is completely different. And that's what I've like really tried to focus on. Um, and sometimes now, like a lot of people are like, are you starving yourself? Are you like really not eating? I'm like, that couldn't be any more from the case. I feel full. Sometimes, now I actually have to say, like, listen, it's, you got to eat it. You haven't eaten since breakfast or whatever the case may be. And so it feels different. It looks different. When I was eating more bullshit or more refined carbs or more carbs, more sugar in general, that sort of thing. I think that it promotes like fake hunger, right? So, like you eat something and then like 20 minutes later, you just like cruise through it and it was empty calories. And so you're like, wow, I'm starving again, even though you're really not. So, I'm really loving that. And I'm really loving that this whole thing forces me to just be mindful in general, mindful about my hunger or, just what I'm putting in my mouth and, hungry versus cravings. So Super Bowl, it was it was just like more, I don't snack now really, to be honest at all. And so, it was a little gross. Like I felt like super heavy and blah. I didn't sleep very well that night at all. And so again, you start to kind of think about that kind of stuff and kind of like, was it worth it? And I can tell you that no, it really wasn't. In the past, I'd be like, no, but it was so good. Like, it was so worth it. And now what I have to remind myself is, I remember getting to a point, I remember like taking a bite of food and being like, I'm not even fucking hungry. Why am I eating this? And like, I realize that tons of people do that, but that's like a real thing that I have to like wrestle with and figure out like, what is the purpose of that? Like, why? I'm like, I am uncomfortable right now. And yet, like, here I am still picking up this piece of food to put it in my mouth. It's like so fucking unnecessary. It's just so unnecessary. And I assure you, and I guarantee that that is one of the hugest reasons why, I am the size that I am now is because I definitely, there were times where I was like not eating when I was not truly hungry. So, I'm back at it. I am loosely, like kind of Whole30. There might be like some feta on my salad or whatever. I think that I will probably eat yogurt, whole fat, Greek yogurt that I sweeten myself with just like some frozen berries and that sort of thing. I'm still really, staying away from, sugar in general as a whole. I definitely don't use artificial sweetener. But other than that, like I'm just kind of plugging along. I am not in the gym as much as I originally wanted to. There's a lot of home workouts going on. And again, as I go through this thing, and there's a lot of big changes that are happening in my life right now that I will be sharing soon. I'm just trying to be kind to myself. I'm trying to make sure that I'm moving, keeping that commitment to myself, but it's not always in the gym. And I really, really, really want to start dedicating, some time to like strength and, I want to get super strong. And I know that sometimes because there is like more heavier things at the gym, I got to get back in there. Right now, I'm just trying to tell myself like tomorrow it's supposed to be 70 degrees here in Denver in the middle of February, and I'm so down with that. So we are going to go on a hike, and I choose sunshine tomorrow. I choose sunshine over the gym, and that's just that. So I'm back from my hiatus. It's a week after Whole30. Whole30 is done. We're moving on. That chapter is closed. I'm just trying to take care of myself and take care of my fam and, gear up for kind of what's next. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. And I will see you in a couple days. I will make sure to throw up my measurements and my weight on Monday so you guys can kind of see where I'm at. Instagram for Ava Strong. I will see y'all next week. Have a good night. Bye. 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 Guys, I'm still trying to figure out like how to work my computer sometimes. So, okay, for real. Goodbye. Good night.